Superman and Lois, the show that the CW has been airing for what is it, like 4 seasons now?
Uh,
Um,
3 going on 4, yeah.
it will be going on for, yeah, so like 3 seasons have already aired, and we are about to get into the fourth season. And look, they already had their episodes cut. They had a lot of the cast cut. It looked like CW is trying to get out of, not trying, they are getting out of the DC game, and Warner Brothers was happy to oblige. They certainly seem to think that the Arrowverse, while popular in many respects, was probably not to the level of quality that would put them at the same level as a lot of what Marvel is doing, particularly on, like, the Disney Plus Marvel shows. And of course, we've seen a lot of plans from James Gunn for new DC shows for Max. However, Superman Lois is the last bastion of that Max CW partnership, and it's a show that's been popular with fans. And as I just mentioned, it's been running for 3 seasons. Now we are hearing some news about the fourth season, and particularly about it being delayed. And the reason is a reason that we have probably mentioned for a lot of other projects, and are probably going to be mentioning for a lot of other projects for months to come. That's the strikes that have been happening in Hollywood, the writer strike, which recently ended, and the actor strike, which is still ongoing, although negotiations have restarted. So hopefully we can get a resolution soon. So John, let me ask you, what is going on regarding the delay for season 4 of Superman and Lois? When are we gonna get this new season? Because wasn't it supposed to debut this fall?
Yeah, it looked like it was supposed to debut sometime in the fall. Usually it's been October, I believe, when the seasons have started. So, obviously it was supposed to be now, but due to the writer's strikes, it's been delayed. I think they're either writing the scripts now or they finished writing the scripts, and they're just kinda getting through that pre-production phase. It looks like filming will start in either January or February of 2024, and that sometime after April, that is when Superman and Lois will premiere. Most likely, in terms of what other seasons, when they've started filming and the premiere, the guesstimation is sometime in the summer, maybe mid to late summer, or even later than that, like in October, like it has been in the fall, because there's also the big idea of the VFX, because they're spending a lot of time on the VFX. Because, spoiler alert, if you have not seen season 3 of Superman and Lois, Superman fights Doomsday in the final episode. So it looks like they're going to be spending a lot more time on the VFX, because they really need to, make sure it looks good even for television. So
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
like, in combination with strikes and the VFX, that we're not going to be getting Superman and Lois until, at the very most, October 2024, which is a little sad. But if that means that they're spending a lot more time on making the show look great, then you know what? I'm all for it, because I'm a huge fan of the show. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's a show that, quite frankly, for CW standards, has always looked a step above.
oh yeah,
I
easily.
think, yeah, like when I first saw the first season's trailer, and then of course like the first few episodes. I personally have kind of fallen off the show because I just haven't had enough time to kind of keep up with everything, and it
Right.
just hasn't quite ever hit the top of my list, I guess. But uh, from what I saw, and even the Doomsday fight, I watched that. I didn't necessarily watch the whole episode, but I watched the fight because I'm like, what, they did that? So I'm of course curiosity peaked, and it looks really good. Like, and it's not like, okay, so it wasn't Batman v Superman level VFX. Of course it wasn't, because it's not. They didn't
Yeah.
spend $300 million working on it. But for TV, especially for like the CW, for like broadcast television, yeah, I mean, it looked pretty
Look
darn
very
good.
good.
And I can imagine that with all the other expenses that they have been cutting, at the very least, for the sake of the fans, they're gonna want to, you know, go out on a high note and probably put out their best VFX work. And these last, how many episodes are there, by the way, in this last season?
They're cutting it down to 10
10
episodes
episodes.
for season 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so like these last 10 episodes, I bet you they probably want them to be, some of the best looking, and certainly maybe even best
Oh,
written
of course.
episodes of the series. And they've got a lot of, story threads and characters to arcs to wrap up. So guys, let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Are you excited for season 4 of Superman and Lois? Have you been waiting and now you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer? It looks like maybe another 6 months or something. I know that that's not always the best thing. I know there's a lot of fans out there waiting for like Dune Part 2 that got pushed by 6 months, and that's likely going to happen with a bunch of other movies and shows with the
Yeah.
strikes disrupting so much production in Hollywood. So let us know in the comments what you think. Are you excited? Are you not excited? Do you think this is a good thing that they're pushing it back to work on the VFX? And of course, the strikes are not under our control or under the control of the producers on the show necessarily. So some of the circumstances aren't exactly they're out of their control. Let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, check back here. We'll be talking about Superman Lois season 4 when it comes out, and probably so much more. Let's see where Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch end up after this show. Will they be in some form or another part of the new DCU with James Gunn? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more content like this.